This is the Season Long Podcast in support of the YouTube channel SeasonLongBaller. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And this is Season Long Podcast number 70. We are in December. Hope you are already looking forward to a wonderful holiday season. Hope that Santa brings you everything that you want. Now, we have been working on our shot a lot this season, and I think a lot of that, as you see, we're shooting around. We haven't done a little bit of shooting the breeze, shooting the rock in a bit, but part of the reason for this is I just have not been comfortable with my jump shot release on NBA 2K25. I was fine on 24, but not on 25, and so maybe you could attribute some of that to I changed my release from Danny Green, which is what it was on 24. It was upper release 1 and 2 was Danny Green, and the base was, actually I have forgotten who my base was. Who was my base? That'll come to me in a bit. But, my base was Calvin Martin Jr. So, KJ Martin was my base last season. So, this season I changed since Danny Green retired. I was thinking that he may not be on NBA 2K26, or maybe he won't be on NBA 2K27. So, because of that, I started thinking, as you see here, I was doing pretty well there, getting some shots to fall. But I was thinking it might be time to switch to someone who may be on the game going forward for several years. So, I changed to Kobe Bryant. I liked the high release. I figured that I'd be able to catch the shot queue a little bit. And so far, I have just been, at times, I've had a couple good games in there. My career high against the Cavaliers, I was, I think, 6 out of 7 from deep. But I've also had games where I just have not been able to connect. And it has just felt awkward. Now, I have been using the push release and the high risk reward. But I've been using the push release, but I've had a lot of slightly late timing, and you've probably noticed that in games. So I have thought about using the release as my shot timing, but then I figure I'm going to have everything releasing slightly early, and I probably need something that is between push and release, quite frankly, but we'll just have to worry about that. For now, it is Kobe Bryant is the upper release 1 and 2 7 animation blend, and the base is Chris Mullin. So taking a look at what happened last week, we took on the Cleveland Cavaliers in our final NBA Cup group game, and we defeated the Cavaliers 78-66. As you see, both teams were relative same percentage, 46-44 in terms of field goal percentage. But the big thing here, we had 10 offensive rebounds, and the Cavaliers only had 3. I had 3 offensive rebounds, a career high myself in this game, so that's amazing. And we cleaned up on the board, so we out-rebounded them 41-28, and that has not been the historic case with Mobley and Jared Allen in that front court for the Cavaliers. We have not generally done well against them in terms of the boards. Jared Allen had a game on NBA 2K23 in what would be Jaymont Summerz rookie season. I believe he had a game with like 10 offensive rebounds. So we have been killed on the glass by the Cavaliers. So it is good to see here that we managed to play pretty well in terms of taking care of the boards. And that is probably the main reason, or one of the main reasons, that we won this game. And as you see me highlighting it right there, 10 rebounds and 10 rebounds versus 3 for the Cavaliers. Now, against the Dallas Mavericks, who we took on the next game, we defeated the Mavericks 65-59. The Mavericks actually shot poorly, as you can see, shot only 38% from the field, as we shot 50% from the field. But the Mavericks swept us last season, and right now they are the West's best team. So I'm not totally thinking that we've got some kind of advantage on the Mavericks, and we will be playing the Mavericks again later on in the season. So we'll see, because I doubt that they will shoot 38% the next time that we face them. And as you see, still trying to get that. See, now I'm releasing it early. I don't want to change, though. I will admit that I got that one to fall. I don't want to change it now since we are, 20-something games into the season. But I am really thinking about that release. I have to admit, I am thinking about changing it to release. So in that Mavericks game, you see Doncic had 19, but he was only 7 out of 16 from the field. Kyrie had 18 points, 6 out of 11 from the field. Lively was 1 out of 5. PJ Washington didn't hit a shot. He was 0 for 4. And the Mavericks as a whole did not outshoot us. But still, despite that, we only beat them by 6 points. We took on the Denver Nuggets after that 2 days ago, and we defeated them 76-63. Nuggets only shot 41% from the field. We shot 53%, and we shot 55% from deep, while the Nuggets only shot 26% from deep. And that is, again, a major difference in this game. And the Nuggets in actuality are still figuring out where they are going to get their 3-point shooting from. And that is one of the main things that they've had to be concerned about this season. Summerz led the way with 18 points. You see Kyle Kuzma shot well. Both of Summerz and Kuzma, 8 out of 13, and Kuzma 8 out of 12. So you see 16 out of 25 for the two leading scorers on the Wizards. And as you know, Jaymont Summerz is our player build. 90 overall now, so the best Wizard, and has pretty much been the best Wizard once Kristaps Porzingis and Bradley Beal were no longer on the team after NBA 2K23. Now, still continuing to shoot around. And we will, don't worry, shout out Joe's Arcade. We will work on some mid-range and long twos as well, Joe. So don't worry, we're going to get there. But as you can see, right now, still using the push release. And I don't know. I just, last season, I was so much more consistent with that release. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. As you see, taking a look still with the Nuggets, Joker only shot the ball 6 times. He was 50% in those 6 shots, had 8 rebounds and 6 points. Jamal Murray led the way with 18. He was 6 out of 14 from the field, 2 out of 5 from deep. But generally, and one of the criticisms I've had of 2K is that the stars in the game don't take enough shots. And I know, yes, Joker is not a selfish player, even though this season he has seen the need to carry a bigger load. But that's kind of always been my problem. Like, you'll play, say, the Phoenix Suns, and KD may have a game where he only shoots the ball 5 times. And granted, we are playing 6-minute quarters, but you won't see KD taking all the shots down the stretch, for instance, if we were playing the Suns. Now, yes, Devin Booker could take those shots, and so could Bradley Beal. But in a lot of cases, the stars just don't take the appropriate amount of shots. And now Murray did in this game, but I don't think Joker took enough shots. And you see Michael Porter Jr. was 4 out of 12, 0 for 5 from deep. And Russell Westbrook had 9 shots as well, 0 for 2 from deep. Both of them shooting the ball more than Joker. And I'm not really sure that is the recipe for success if you are the Nuggets. Now, we ended the week against the Memphis Grizzlies. Faced them yesterday. This is our second meeting with them already this season, so we won't be seeing the Grizzlies anymore unless we see them in the finals. And the Grizzlies shot 38% from the field. As you see, most of our opponents this week did not shoot the ball well. They were so we got a 71-63 victory over the Grizzlies. Now, we did not shoot the ball well, as you can see here. Me talking about that, shooting the ball from deep. I was 1 out of 5, 9 out of 20 from deep. 9 out of 20 from the field, 1 out of 5 from deep for 21 points to lead the way. Jordan Poole was 5 out of 8. Malcolm Brogdon was 4 out of 4. And both of them joined me in double figures with 11 and 10 respectively. For the Grizzlies, Ja Morant, 5 out of 18, 2 out of 7 from deep. He led the Grizzlies with 12 points. But as you see, him and Desmond Bane, neither one shot 50%. And actually, Morant was under 33% and Bane was at 30%. And that is not a recipe for the Grizzlies to win. As you see, they combined to go 8 out of 28 and 4 out of 14 from deep. And you know, Bane is a very good shooter. But we will not see the Grizzlies anymore this season, and we will get the season sweep on the Grizzlies. So here in a moment, we will take a quick look at the stats for the season for the Wizards among the league leaders and see where we are ranking right now. And as you see, we are still leading the league at 31.3 points a game. We have not we have not been shooting the ball as much over the past few games, but still leading the league at 31.3. We've topped 50 points twice this season, and now 2 of our 3 highest scoring games have happened this season. But we are still 5th in the league in assists at 4.3 a game. My goal is always to hit 5 a game, but I have kind of failed at points this season shooting the ball more. And I think some of that is the product of the starting lineup we have, where Alexander Sarr is starting at the 4, Kuzma is at the 3, Bilal Coulibaly is at the 2. I'm, of course, playing the 1. And Jonas Valanciunas is in the middle. And I think your main scores there, Coulibaly's been playing pretty well this season in real life, getting points on the board. But on our team, Sarr is still developing. Valanciunas is really not known as a scorer. And Coulibaly has not been scoring a lot on the team. So that leaves a lot of the burden to myself and Kuzma. And of course, well, I'm up to shooting the ball as much as possible. Right now, 3rd in the league in rebounds. That's 6.3 a game. And you see Valanciunas is 5th with 6.2. So that is really good for the Wizards in terms of taking care of the boards. But I am also leading the league in turnovers at 2. I want to get that under 2. And I also don't want to lead the league in turnovers, which is what I did last season over Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Did not want that. So that was a dubious stat. So I do talk about the bad stats as well. So what we've got coming up this week, as you now see, shout out Joe's Arcade. I'm now working on that mid-range. But what we have coming up this week is the NBA Cup. We will be taking on the Boston Celtics, who are the 4 seed, basically. So what happened here is we won the group. Celtics finished 2nd in our group. We were East Group C. And the Indiana Pacers, the Charlotte Hornets, the Indiana Pacers and the Charlotte Hornets won the other 2 groups. And Boston had the best record of all the teams that did not win a group out East. There are 3 groups in the East, 3 groups in the West, and the team with the best record and best point differential, if 2 teams are tied, that is the team that advances if you don't win a group. So of the 4 teams, Washington is the 1 seed, Boston is the 4 seed, Indy is the 2 seed, and Charlotte is the 3 seed. And that on Wednesday, we will be facing off against Washington. Indiana takes on Charlotte, and that will be your NBA Cup action on Wednesday. On Friday will be the semis. The winners of those 2 games will face each other. And then, of course, we will have the NBA Cup itself next week. So that's going to put a wrap on this one. And I'm going to shoot around here for just a couple more minutes. Again, trying to get that mid-range working. Hope to see you on Wednesday for our game against the Boston Celtics. It'll be our 3rd time already playing the Celtics. We lost to them on opening night, 64-60. Then we faced them, of course, in the group play here in the NBA Cup. We got the victory there, and now we're about to face them on Wednesday. And actually, all of these games have been in D.C. We have not faced them yet in Boston. All right, so we're going to try to get a few more shots in here. And you know how this works. I can't leave without hitting my final shot. Oh, that's just horrible. We're not leaving on that. So we're going to, okay, that's, yeah, but we're going to have to end on a jump shot. Let's see if we can get it there. That looks good. And the floater or something else has not been working for me. All right. Pump, couldn't hit that. Pump fake, jump shot. All right. We are out of here. That's it for Season Long Baller. I got 2 in a row. That's it for Season Long Baller. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Check us out against Boston. That'll be coming up on the NBA Cup on Wednesday. That's all for Season Long Baller.